I'm in this awkward position where fishing is how I make a living, but also it's my favorite hobby. I fish for fun, I fish for money, I fish to be competitive, I fish for purpose, I teach people how to fish. So fishing, it plays a lot of roles in my life. But now I'm in this position where, I have a son, I have a kid, and my middle son, Brooks, he's the one that's taken to fishing the most. I've exposed all three of my kids to fishing, but Brooks loves fishing more than any three of them. So we plan a trip, I would say once a quarter, where we either travel somewhere, we'll do something exotic. Because for me, growing up fishing, I fished a lot, but it was always bass and it was always at the lake. I didn't do a lot of creek fishing, I didn't do a lot of pond fishing, I didn't do any pond fishing. Matter of fact, I didn't do anything that was outside of tournament fishing and outside of the lake, quite honestly. Of course, fishing is new to Brooks. Anytime I take him somewhere, that's new, but it's also new to me. I think that's pretty special. My name is Brian Latimer. I've been working with Z-Man since 2016, so about 9 years now. I think I'm part of the family at this point. So this week we've been fishing with the ChatterTail. This is a bait that is pretty unique. Since I'm a dad now, my little boy's running around here behind us. I look for baits that are easy. Number one, you just reel it back. You can't mess it up. I would call it the Ned rig of hard baits. So it's one of those baits that's easy to fish and you don't need a lot of special gear for it. They're really small. There's a bunch of different colors, a bunch of different sizes. It just makes sense for anything, everything to bite it. Something you can put in a kid's hand and they can fish. They can take it to go on the bank. They can take it in the boat. They can go creek fishing. You can catch walleye, trout, bass, crappie, striper, white bass. Like I want something you can catch any kind of fish on. And so I think this is gonna be the tool for that, because as a parent with a kid, if they're catching fish, they're happy. So you need something that's easy for everybody to catch fish on. So I think this is gonna be a bait when you see what it is and kind of how we arrive here. It's gonna be special. You're gonna wanna get your hands on it. But you know Z-Man, they've got the chokehold on the ChatterBait. So we took the inline spinner, we took the ChatterBait, made a baby out of it. That's how you get the ChatterTail. It's basically a ChatterBait infused over the inline spinner that we all grew up throwing in some capacity. If you grew up 80s, 90s, even the 2010s, you probably have fished inline spinner. So it's just like that, but with a little bit of Z-Man twist on it. Here's a big one. Okay, now don't reel it up too much, because now you can't see. You got it too far now. You can't do it. Just pull your rod up. Okay. So I like the purity of taking one rod, a little baggie of baits, and just taking off and just seeing whatever you're gonna catch. You might catch bluegill, you might catch crappie, you might catch the biggest bass of your life. Oh my God, Brooks. Dude. Oh my God, oh my God. What a freak, dude. Fishing from the bank, and just the way that it lets you access areas that you wouldn't be able to fish out of a boat, I think is really unique. So we're starting out the trip just doing that, just fishing along the bank. I had to crawl it. Maybe that's what I've been doing the whole time rowing. I was like hopping it off the bottom. When you start looking at the ChatterTail, there's a bunch of different colors, from bright pinks. Of course, you gotta have some whites. There's even some dark colors, a bunch of different colored blades. What's special about that is you're gonna run into a lot of different water conditions when you're out there fishing. I wanted to do this session with Brooks where we take the ChatterTail and we go fishing out of the boat. And we go fish for crappie, we go fish for brim or bluegill, whatever's biting. So we decided to load up the boat, find some bait, find some crappie, find a few brush piles, and start throwing ChatterTail and just see what we could come up with doing that as well. Nugget. That's a fish nugget that man got. Fish nugget, yeah, that's me. That man is catching them. Oh, you got a big man, boy. I hear the line scraping the guides. We got a guide scraper. That fish looks bigger than Godzilla. That's actually a pretty, that's a good breed. Oh, catching a lot of big sakale, eh? Oh yeah, they're coming up eating on tubes. One reason it's a fun bait to fish is because you get a lot of feedback. You know what a chatterbait feels back. You get that ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta when you're reeling it back, so you always get a constant feel. You always feel something with this bait, which makes it a lot more fun for kids. I know when my son first tied it on, he's like, oh, I got one there. I was like, no, son, that's just the way the bait feels. So it keeps you engaged with it. It makes it really good for kids. Did you hear him? He said, oh,
that's a big one.
You got a big one, Brooks? So the last leg of this trip, we're actually gonna do something that anybody can do. I know for a lot of people, just getting into fishing seems intimidating because you gotta have a boat and you gotta have the gear and the fish finders. And there's this narrative out there that fishing is so expensive and you gotta have so much gear. It's the biggest, most false narrative ever about fishing. So we decided to do a creek fishing deal. We're going trout fishing in Western North Carolina, up in the mountains. And we're gonna see what we can catch on the ChatterTail. It looks like something that a trout would bite just because of the colors that we have and a bunch of different profiles that we're able to use. So we're gonna try to get Brooks on his first trout. Have you ever caught a trout before? Yeah? He ain't caught no trout before. Anytime you're fishing creeks and rivers, every experience is a little different. It seems like the older I get, the more I fish, the more places I go, the more things I do with fishing, the more simple I realize it is. And nothing proved it more than this fishing trip. This is something that I don't do often. I'm not usually in this setting doing this style of fishing. And to do it with a new bait that nobody's ever seen before, fish have never seen before, it just adds a special element of surprise and excitement for me. And fishing is one of those odd things where we don't see it. And I think when you expose your kids to fishing, one lesson that they get from it is they learn how to attack and how to come up with a plan for something that they can't see. And I think it builds their confidence. I think it builds their self-esteem. I think it makes them become very creative. Because fishing is more like art to me than it is sport. It's something that there's no wrong answers. It's up to your interpretation how it works.
Oh, we got it finally. We finally got it. We finally got it. Yeah, it's not as big. It ain't one like what I catch.
You still got one?
Yeah, you still got one, right? You right?
They jumped it.
Don't reel it up so far. That's enough. Plenty out. You have to let out.